Imagine if you woke up one day to find that all land on Earth was gone and you were swimming in the ocean with absolutely nothing. Pretty scary, right? Well, you don't have to imagine, because I'm gonna show you how I beat Minecraft with only one life, starting with nothing but an ocean. With no structures or blocks, I'm gonna show you how I use Minecraft's weirdest features in order to beat this challenge. But as I spawned in to begin this video, I found myself deep within the ocean, slowly drowning. If I didn't reach the surface soon, the challenge would be over before it even started. Come on. We're safe. The first priority now is going to be to get some food. And there's only one way I'm gonna do that. Whilst I beat these drowned zombies to death for their flesh, let me explain my plan. You see, apart from dropping rotten flesh, drowned have a chance of spawning with a fishing rod, and killing those drowned gives a small chance for them to drop their fishing rod. That rod will be important for getting all sorts of important items, including blocks. But with only a 3% chance of the rod dropping, I was gonna need to kill a lot of drowned just for a small chance to get one. So, time to get to it. Now that I have a fishing rod, I can fish up string at a rare chance, and this will allow me to craft up wool for blocks. But currently my fishing rod was pretty bad, with only a low durability. Ideally, I would need to fish up a better rod with mending, because if I don't get one, I have to punch more drowned in order to get another one. Okay, so I'm on 1 durability and my chances of getting another rod aren't looking too good right now. But guess I'll just get it over with. Ooh! I did not expect it, but now that I have this rod, I can finally get on with my goal. Little did I know, however, the next goal would require me to fish for the next 30 hours. Yup, I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna just need one wool block, I'm gonna need 8. And with only a 0.5% chance of getting one string, I need 32 of it. And this is gonna take a while. Ooh, a lily pad. Now I can finally stand on something. Now that I have 4 string, I can finally craft my very first block. Only 7 more to go.
One eternity later.
Now that I have my 8 blocks, that is all I need in order to build the string duping setup. With this setup, I could now get blocks way faster, and I'll need a lot of blocks in order to create a mob farm. After getting some wool, I then decorated my duping station. But now that I'd done everything I could, it was time to get grinding and build the mob farm. Yo, why there's so many zombies, bro? Why are they multiplying, dude? I can't take them out fast enough, what? This is not normal, oh my days. Oh shit. Half a heart. The challenge could have been over right then. Oh my days, man. After surviving that close encounter, I then continued to grind out wool. And after I'd gotten enough, I began to build the mob farm, which first involves me building this staircase up. Now that I built a mob farm, I needed to kill a lot of zombies for a rare chance for them to drop iron. And with 2 iron, it will allow me to craft shears, allowing me to make an automatic string duper, which will speed up the process of getting blocks for the massive platform I have to make. Oh my goodness. Now this looks a lot better, but I'm gonna try and make sure that doesn't happen again. Surprisingly, that didn't take too long, and I also got myself some armor, so that's pretty nice. I crafted the shears, made the string duper, and finally take on the massive task of building this massive platform. Once that was done, I needed to wait for a wandering trader to spawn. With the wandering trader, I could sell water bottles I'd fished up for emeralds. And with those emeralds, I could hopefully buy wood and a moss block. And these would be required for my next step. The problem was, was a chance the Wandering Trader would instead trade a bunch of... I could only pray until the Wandering Trader sold me the things that I needed. So I waited and waited. And finally, one spawned. Okay, please. Ah, man. It's unfortunate it doesn't have the trait for the bottles. And without that, I won't be able to buy anything. Back to waiting.
One eternity later.
Another Wandering Trader spawned, and this time he had what I was looking for. Ooh! This meant I could finally get wood. And with all this wood, I could finally make a crafting table, which allowed me to make so much more stuff. From this point, I had a routine. During the day, I chopped down wood and waited for more Wandering Traders, and at night, I went up to the mob farm to grind out enchanted armor pieces, and potentially a water bucket. But after getting all the enchanted armor pieces I could, it was time to progress to the next step, getting to the moon. Yup, I'm not kidding. Before I explain that, however, we first need to grind out some slime balls, which I easily got with my massive platform. Chunk. Now that I'm in the April Fool's update, you might be wondering how being this high up in the air with absolutely nothing in my inventory can get me anywhere close to beating the game. Well, this is where the votes come in. You see, every so often there'll be a vote that pops up, and we can vote on adding a variety of different mechanics into Minecraft. If I wait long enough, eventually there should be a vote that makes slime blocks super bouncy. And let's just say, it's the key thing I need to get to the moon. After waiting a while, I finally got the vote. And now, it's time to go to the moon. Yo, this is such a cool place. Now, the reason why I came here is because there are structures that spawn here that contain stuff like blaze rods and ender pearls, which I need to beat the game. However, these structures are pretty rare, so I'm gonna need to take a while to find one. Now it's time to get some loot. With all of this loot, I put it all into shulker boxes before returning to the overworld. After updating the version, however, I had to make a swim back home. And be getting gear. But now, how would I get to the end? I didn't even get any end portal frames from the moon. Well, after taking nothing but a fishing rod and a few blocks, I went a long distance away and built a platform before going back to the voting update. You see, in that version, there's a vote that allows us to fish up anything from the ocean, and that includes end portal frames. After waiting for ages, I finally got the vote. And now that I can start fishing anything, I need to pray for an end portal frame. Make it always rain, yes please. However, as I fished for hours, I got absolutely nothing. You see, whilst I could fish up an end portal frame, it was equally likely that I would fish up some other junk, as there are thousands of items in the game and there was only a small chance I'll be able to fish up what I wanted. And since it already took me this long to try and get one end portal frame, how could I get 12 within a reasonable amount of time? As I started to lose hope and decide whether this challenge was a failure, something unexpected happened. A vote to buff fishing. Let's see. Oh my goodness! What? Oh my goodness, my game is lagging. Now that the rate of fishing was insane, it was actually possible for me to get all 12 end portal frames before GTA 6 dropped. So I created a setup which allowed me to pick up only end portal frames and burnt all the other items. And in less than an hour, I got everything I needed to get to the end. Now that I'm done here, I decided to get rid of all this illegal loot. And with my 12 end portal frames, I returned home and got my stuff back. Now I just have to make sure I don't misplace my end portal frames. And with that, this is how I beat Minecraft, starting from just water. Alright, I'm so done with this. Oh.